New details about a deadly shooting in McKeesport. Someone shot and killed 25-year-old Carly Short along 25th Street yesterday. And we've learned that she is the daughter of Brandon Short. He was a star linebacker for Penn State and went on to play in the NFL for the New York Giants and the Carolina Panthers. Brandon Short posted on Facebook, quote, "My heart is broken. I've lost the light of my life. My oldest daughter, Carly, passed away in a senseless act of gun violence. The love she had was so pure and true. The world lost a beautiful soul," end quote.
R.I.P. to Carly Short, and my condolences to Brandon Short. I followed this brother, not as like LeVar Arrington. He was a teammate of LeVar Arrington. Not like I follow LeVar or nothing like that, because LeVar was the star. Brandon Short was the cleanup man. LeVar got he made the big plays, and Brandon was just a solid tackler, and he played in the league. And I know who this guy is, and he's just a dynamite guy, man, off the field. Dynamite guy. Dynamite guy. Just terrible. My thing with these, I'd love to start hearing people. There's nothing to lose right now. Your daughter, she's dead. Like there's no reason to hold back. I'd more like to see people in this situation, and listen, there's probably a reason why they don't, and maybe you guys can tell me in the comment section. But I'd like to see people word this a little bit different, instead of "she passed away this morning in a senseless act of gun violence." I'd like to see a murderous thug, killed his daughter. I'd like to hear him say that. In a homicidal maniac, emboldened by the left, senselessly killed his daughter. I'd like to see, and it don't even have to be that hard. I know I'm going over the top, but something like that.
Brandon Short posted on Facebook, quote, "My heart is broken. I've lost the light of my life. My oldest daughter, Carly, passed away in a senseless act of gun violence. The love she had was so pure and true. The world lost a beautiful soul," end quote. Now, if you know anything that could lead to an arrest, you're asked to contact Allegheny County Police.
A murder investigation in McKeesport continues to unfold tonight. On Monday, someone opened fire, shooting and killing a young woman along 25th Street. Now, that woman is the daughter of a former NFL player and Penn State football standout, Brandon Short. As police search for his daughter's killer, I went back out to the crime scene to talk to neighbors, understandably on edge.
There's going to be some suspicious activity going on here. It may be a female now in the alley, blood all over the place.
Allegheny County Police say this is where someone murdered 26-year-old Carly Short. A McKeesport backyard with a walkway past a detached garage. And
first off, the top, this looks like a dilapidated, run-down place. I mean, this does not look like a nice place. And listen, I live in Pennsylvania, and you know, Pennsylvania is an old state. Like, everything's old here, but this is a rough looking spot, man. And this is the alley. This is the view from the alley. I wonder what happened with their relationship, because Brandon Short, Short he's very, very successful off the field after playing. He made a lot of money playing, and he made a lot of money since then, real estate and different things like that. I wonder why his daughter's living here, and I'm not blaming him. I'm not going to do the whole he should have, because I don't know what the reason was, but it's just odd that she's living here.
There's going to be some suspicious activity going on here. It may be a female now in the alley, blood all over the place.
Allegheny County County police say this is where someone murdered 26-year-old Carly Short. A McKeesport backyard with a walkway past a detached garage and into a back alleyway.
They're taller than driving. Patient may not be breathing.
Detectives say someone found Short down on the ground with a gunshot wound to her head, calling 911 around 10:30 Monday morning. Neighbor Rick Pelliccia was outside working, and he heard the commotion as police arrived.
They were parked out here, and they were up in the back alley. They had it taped off.
This is like 90% of the guys I see as I move about. And I just can't believe that lie of privilege has been able to last so long.
Neighbor Rick Pelliccia was outside working, and he heard the commotion as police arrived.
They were parked out here, and they were up in the back alley. They had it taped off. Next thing we know, supposedly her mother pulled up, and we heard crying and screaming.
It was too late to rush Short to the hospital. She died in the backyard. Word quickly spread, given Short's family ties to McKeesport.
It makes you think, and it's really, a weird feeling. But we didn't hear no noise or nothing like that before the police arrived or anything.
Short's father made a name for himself as a McKeesport standout, All-American Penn State linebacker and a player in the NFL. He posted on his PSU Board of Trustees Facebook page saying, "My heart is broken. I've lost the light of my life, my oldest daughter. The love she had was so pure and true. The world lost a beautiful soul." Now neighbors sit on their front porches along 25th Street, keeping a lookout and waiting for investigators to break the case.
Hopefully they find out what happened and get the person that did it.
And we watched as detectives stopped by the house where this happened today. They knocked on the door, but no one answered. Allegheny County Police continue to search for Short's killer, and they're asking for people to call in tips to the number 1-833-ALL-TIPS.
We have learned the 26-year-old woman shot and killed this morning in McKeesport is the daughter of a local football legend and a member of the Penn State Board of Trustees. Pittsburgh's Action News 4 anchor Andrew Stockey just spoke with her father, Brandon Short, in an interview you will see only on 4. Andrew?
Well, Mike, football fans will remember Brandon Short as a star player at McKeesport High School, an All-American at Penn State, a linebacker for 7 years in the NFL. But tonight, he is a grieving father, mourning the tragic loss of his daughter, who was 5 months pregnant. 26-year-old Carly Short was shot and killed this morning in McKeesport.
How many times do we do this story? Pregnant sister gets her brains blown out in broad daylight. I mean, we do that story a lot. A lot. Somebody emailed me the other day and said, "Your videos are getting predictable." And it's like, nah, it's not my videos. It's the crime. And this is, yes, it's predictable. Pregnant sisters are always getting their brains blown out in broad daylight. And majority of the time, no one's in custody. And it's just an unsolved mystery.
26-year-old Carly Short was shot and killed this morning in McKeesport. Police say she was found shot in the head on 25th Street just after 10:30 this morning. She died at the scene. Her father, now a Penn State trustee, spoke to me exclusively tonight and says he is heartbroken and has lost the light of his life.
Carly Short was a great human being, and she was a mother to be, and that did this senseless act of violence, has to stop, and we want to bring the people who did this to justice.
Police tonight are still looking for Carly's killer. Andrew Stockey, Pittsburgh's Action News 4.
The daughter of Brandon Short, a star linebacker for Penn State who went on to play in the NFL, was shot and killed in McKeesport Monday morning. He just arrived back home to Pittsburgh as investigators search for his daughter's killer. I talked with him moments ago about the love he has for his daughter. What do you want people to remember most about Carly?
I want to remember that she made people smile, that she made people laugh, and she cared about others. She was the best friend and best family member that you could have, because if Carly loved you, she loved so hard, and she would do anything for the people that she loved. I mean, she had a way to inspire other people around her. I mean, if you ask any of her family members, people that here in McKeesport, that she gave people confidence. But she had an air about her that made people believe in themselves. And like we truly lost a light. She was 5 months pregnant at the time, and we found out today that there was a boy. And we'll bury my grandson with her.
Are you hearing anything from investigators?
I mean, I've been, in regular contact with the McKeesport Police Department, and they're working hard to try to follow up on any leads that are out there. The police can't do it alone. Like, they need the community's help, and if the community doesn't step up, then these senseless acts of violence are going to continue. I just pray, I beg that anyone, that was on 25th Street on the 300th block on Monday morning, has any information about what happened, please come forward and share it with the authorities. There is a murderer on the loose, and it happened to my daughter, and it can happen to you.
Now, no arrests have been made in Carly Short's death. No word yet on possible suspects either. So if you know anything that might help in the investigation, you're asked to please give police a call.
Okay, so to the Pennsylvania Gun Memorial, and you already know what it is. No surprises here. Overrepresentation. A lot of sisters on there. A lot of sisters on here. I mean, a whole lot of sisters on here. Okay? Like, more sisters than any other group of men. Okay? So more sisters than male glacier gliders. More sisters than male hombritos. More sisters than the males of any other group. But I wanted to touch on try to figure out what happened to Carly. Here's Carly. And 5 months pregnant. Whoever killed her had to know she was pregnant. She was visibly pregnant. So whoever killed her had to know she was pregnant. And the dad spoke about senseless acts of gun violence happening there in McKeesport. And again, an overrepresentation here. Okay, so this place is basically 60% glacier gliders and 36% sun people. That's a whole lot of sun people. Okay, because nationally we make up 12% of the population, according to the new census. 12%, down from 13. This place is 35.9, 36%. That's a lot of sun people. Here's the front of the house that she lived at. It just seems like she was living in squalor. And I'm sure that this is, it's probably something that explains this, but when you put the front of the house with the back of the house, it's like she was living. What did the inside look like? And what type of people were around? And they'll be having a balloon release and a candlelight vigil for her. Okay, so they had one today, a balloon release. Wow. This is her out with her girlfriends. Look like they were having a good time.